And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by
Mock.
Washable.
No.
I'm Flabber.
And the Rat of a Red Baron.
I like
Rad.
Kyle's like it's just a pause for affection.
I said Flabber at first. Nobody heard me.
Oh. Hello. We're here. Starting lineups.
Matt,
Massey, take it away.
I'm drinking tequila. What am I drinking? Drinking the rest of my Cristalino.
Which Crystalino?
Is that new Johnny Walker tequila?
The one you gave me.
Keep on stumbling.
Casamigos?
Casamigos.
Nice.
So, Jamal Adams just heard it already.
Good. Fuck him.
Hilarious. Mock, what are you drinking?
I have the Hofbrau Oktoberfest.
From last year?
Nope, bought them Friday.
But in the Christmas cans.
Yeah. I was out looking for a mini keg, couldn't find it, got a 6-pack.
They're not making the mini kegs.
Really?
It's a real bummer, wish I knew that Friday.
They're not, like, Hofbrau's like really hard to find right now. They're having a lot of problems with imports.
Really? Amity Liquor in Hamden had a lot of it.
You know, I hate when TV streaming apps just make you sign in for no fucking reason.
Hey, we just want to make sure you're you.
You know, I'm already stealing the account. Like, come on.
Is it my account?
No.
I'm having from Dogfish the Tasty Traveler Lager.
No, you're not.
Oh, I am.
Fucking liar.
Mark, let me tell you what happened.
Hey, was that Brita thing real?
No.
Damn.
Giants just went for it on fourth.
I don't remember saying yes to your question, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Kyle, did you introduce yours?
Not yet. I am drinking from the Coke Company. Vitamin water.
Energy?
Oh, it's
Or
the
whatever
hard
it-
vitamin water?
Yeah, their new thing.
It's a wine cooler.
That's absolute term.
Hey, does anyone know if they're making this new Spider-Man game for the PS4 also?
I don't know.
I can look for you.
Paul, what are you drinking?
I have a feeling they're not.
Kendall, I don't appreciate you asking me personal questions.
I apologize.
Could you please be a little nicer?
Yes.
Well, be nicer.
Okay. Paul, what are you drinking this evening?
I am drinking from St. John, New Brunswick, Moosehead Lager.
The movie was called Welcome to Moose Port,
That's not New Brunswick. That's Old
and the
Brunswick.
movie is terrible.
No,
It's a
hold on.
It's a good movie, and Kendall tried to pitch it 2 years ago as something he wrote.
Be that as it may, my version is a little better.
Kendall said the movie would have been better if Jim Carrey played Ray Romano's part and the president was played by George Costanza.
Mark, bad news.
Yeah, it's only PS5. That's a real fucking bummer.
Well, is the only PS5 to start, and then it'll come out
Maybe.
later?
It just says PS5 now.
That's what games are going to start doing. They're going to start coming out on PS5 like early. Because Massey, isn't that what the Hogwarts game did?
Sorry, Massey
I've
left.
played it.
Massey?
I'm talking.
Isn't that what the Hogwarts game did, right? Didn't it come out on the PS5 like 3 months before it came out on PS4?
I think so, but I think it was also announced for PS4.
Well, if history shows, I'll be able to buy Kyle's PS5 in like a year.
Just a waiting game.
All right.
We'll be good to go.
All right, Toast of Excellence.
My toast of
I-
excellence is to Jimmy Butler for yet another amazing Media Day entrance.
So, because tonight will be the night. He looks like Blink 182 and I had a baby.
It's so funny.
It's so good.
What just happened?
He wasn't down.
Well, I disagree.
I don't think they ever whistled it.
I don't know. I don't have the sound on, so I don't know.
I have a toast of excellence.
What do you got?
Did you guys see that story about the guy who did a shot every time that Taylor Swift was shown on the Jets Chiefs
No,
game?
did he die?
No, but he ended up like puking on the plane, and I think they had to land it.
He's not
No, they
down,
didn't.
Buck.
I think I saw his butt cheek down. This isn't the angle I want.
Well, there you go, Kyle. 73-yard TD for Kenneth Walker.
That's not for me. That's for Paul.
Oh, there you go. Paul.
Elbows down.
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
Elbows down.
All right, then he'll just score a 50-yard touchdown.
I was gonna say it's just about to be a 75-yard rushing touchdown, but he didn't score there.
All right, Kendall or Kyle, do you have a toast?
Yeah, my toast is to Houston Texans really just giving it to the Steelers.
Nice,
There you go, Kyle. Real nice.
a nice reverse toast.
I thought I was the only one allowed to do stuff like that.
My toast is to Ronald Acuna Jr. being the only player to ever have 40 home runs and then 70 stolen bases.
Sell out.
I mean, it's kind of a lame toast
Why?
because last week I toasted him being the only player to have 40 and 60. So I mean, no shit.
I had to step away. What was your Mox toast?
Mox was Ronald Acuna having the only player in history to have 40 and 70. But if you remember last week, he was the only one to have 40 and 60. See, what was funny is he was the only one to have 40 and 60. But weirdly, Justin Turner got 40 and 60 in that last week.
I mean, well, damn, if he got 10 stolen bases in a week, that's pretty cool.
The guy's pretty good.
I don't think his elbow hit the ground.
Well, I think your eyes don't work.
All right.
My toast of excellence. My toast of excellence is to the NFL no longer being a league that's driven by talent and driven by officiating instead. Just another week of a lot of real bad calls or lack thereof.
There you go. Some slander at the NFL. I like it.
Yeah, it's just
We also have a sip of silence.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
To former Red Sox pitcher, but Tim Wakefield passed away yesterday. Unexpectedly to me, and I guess most people, but I guess he was diagnosed with cancer a while back and just kind of had it under wraps.
Yeah. Very sudden.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta tell you, I don't understand. Oh, you can crack them.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, Paul. Go ahead.
I still can't figure out why they ruled that DJ Moore touchdown is a touchdown.
So all I could think of is they including the pylon as part
Pylon
of the end
doesn't
zone.
count.
I mean, that's the only explanation I have then.
The pylon doesn't count. The pylon only counts if you hit it, if the ball hits it but crosses the plane inbounds first. If a part of your body touches the pylon, it counts as being out of bounds. So, like, he never touched the ground with 2 feet. He just touched with one and then kicked the pylon, and they counted it.
And the ball didn't break the plane.
No, the ball broke the plane, but he only got 1 foot in bounds, so it doesn't matter. It wasn't a catch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bach, you're right. My eyes don't work.
So what happened? He rushed for no yards?
Well,
-2.
he got tackled behind the line and just kind of spun around. So, yeah, it probably was like a 1 or 2 yard loss. Question, only because I didn't see the end of the game. How many sacks did Khalil Mack finish with last night?
6.
6.
Was it 6?
Tied for second most in the game.
That was deserving
What?
of some excellence.
I tell you. and I know Paul gets it, but sometimes just being a fan of a team that's not great is just not a lot of fun.
I'm a big fan of 4 of them.
It's just what the Giants guy calls for a fair catch, dives for it, misses. Come on! Oh yeah, right through the fucking mitts.
That really got me.
Yeah.
It's just you can't make stuff up. You just can't make it up.
I didn't see it happen yet. It's happening right now.
Just watch.
Oh, very funny.
Just right through the fucking mitts.
Didn't even
touch
not even
it.
through the midst. Went right through the arms.
Yeah. Look, yeah, I tried to catch it with my fucking elbows.
Didn't work.
Oh man.
They recovered it or no?
I don't know. I went to commercial. And I'm looking at Kelsey in a Experian commercial.
How long before they appear in a commercial together?
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
sure
think I
Tony
hit
did.
him.
Oh, are you talking Kelsey and Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Probably not long.
Hey,
She
Matthew,
goes through men like we go through toilet paper.
what's that?
I'd
Paul?
say if the whole
long
conspiracy
before they
that it's a
what?
big marketing scam, it's genius because it's working.
Paul, I said, how long before Kelsey and Taylor Swift show up in a commercial together?
Oh, today.
Yeah, I mean that commercial's already made. They're just waiting to debut it.
What's the
Yeah.
product?
Clorox.
Kendall,
Yes.
if you're right, I'll do 7 shots.
Deal.
If
Speaking of
you're
that,
wrong,
I'll do 8.
no. If you're wrong, you can't drink for 3 days.
Mash, you want to know what the bummer is?
What?
The commercial's already out. Kendall knows that.
Is it actually out?
I don't know.
Would be very funny. But if you're wrong, Kendall, you can't drink for 3 days.
Deal. And on that related note, what was the best thing that happened to you this weekend, Mass?
Nothing really. I was kind of trapped in my house all weekend, so I watched the Rams almost give me a heart attack and then pull it out
Hey,
at the end.
that's right.
Okay.
Hanging out at home? Did you have some healthy bowel movements?
Honestly, I don't think I shit at all on Saturday.
Wow.
I know. I just didn't.
Could definitely use a good
Hey,
soak.
good news. Giants recovered.
Nice.
How about you, Souls? What's the best thing that's happened to you this weekend?
I went to the Chiefs-Jets game.
Yeah, Kyle making time for everybody but his buds.
What time did you get home?
3 o'clock.
Did you guys drive?
Yes. No, we fucking flew.
You could take the train, Kyle. I've done that.
They went by boat.
Yeah, he asked me the question
Took
like,
the ferry in.
like I'm such an asshole for asking it.
You know, the best part is in my head, I was like, I was gonna say that exact thing. I was like, well, that's kind of aggressive for me. I just know we fucking flew.
Yeah, but it's like, was it like an unreasonable question? Well, Kyle, did you have a good time at least?
I mean, yeah, it was fun. Fine. It was good.
Did you have any Mick Ultra?
The steak and cheeses there are probably the worst I've ever had.
I was about to say, do you have any good food?
I don't know, man. Primatini Brothers.
Well, first of all, that's not a steak and cheese. What that
That's
was.
how it was advertised to us.
What it
No, it
was.
wasn't. We didn't get steak and cheeses from Primatini Brothers.
I was told that's what it was.
No, hold on. First of all, it was not as advertised to me, so I was disappointed too. But it was not a steak and cheese.
I don't think that's true that it was advertised as steak and cheese. Why would we get steak and cheeses in Pittsburgh? They don't have steak and cheese there.
I know that.
Yeah,
That's
so we
how
got a fucking coleslaw fucking sandwich.
Yeah, you
I think it was
user.
just advertised as like the best place to get food in the stadium.
The way up, Kendall said this is the go-to spot for the steak and cheese
Listen, we can blame
in Pittsburgh.
We'll blame Ben Buttcheeks from Eastern for giving me that hype that I really fell for.
I like how you like tried to name drop Eastern like you went to some prestigious fucking school.
Well, I mean, it's
And instead, we got a cold meatloaf sandwich with coleslaw on it.
Sounds pretty good.
so
Well, you guys could have ordered no coleslaw. I don't know why you didn't.
I didn't know it was on it. Here was the best part of that sandwich, and all on is that you got the sandwich and a beer for $9.
I mean, Mass, here's the deal. They're all everyone you talk to that was at that game will bitch about their sandwich because for some reason on a night game where it wasn't that warm, they all bought a hot sandwich on the ground level and chose to carry it all the way up to their nosebleed seats. I ate my sandwich right when I got it. It was great. I didn't. They carried it up 4 flights of stairs in the middle of the night. I don't know why.
It was a bad sandwich.
It was a good sandwich. It was good when it was hot. I don't know. I don't know who gets getting a cheeseburger and then driving 45 minutes home and then being like, "This isn't."
I've had that happen to me.
When you drove home?
Complain. Yeah, actually.
Mark, how about you?
What did we do this weekend? I guess the highlight of the weekend is I shot my best score at Panthorn. That was really all I did.
What'd you shoot?
Shot even, finished even.
No,
I think my previous best there was 2 over.
I'm obligated to say I don't believe you, but I mean, there's really nothing else for me.
There was
to
a
add to
witness.
that. All right, then I back down, but somebody has to say it.
Somebody has to say, this guy's a fucking fake.
This guy's a phony.
He's a phony. He's a big fat phony.
But yeah, I mean, here it rained all day fucking Saturday, which was fantastic.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Just a nice wet fucking weekend again.
Yeah, this weekend's supposed to rain too.
Paul, do anything cool?
Nope, my weekend was terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
All right.
Nice.
Well, why?
It just had a bad weekend. I didn't do anything worth of note, and I worked half the weekend, and the other half I was basically miserable.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's all right. It's just a bad weekend. That's all. I mean, they happen. It's not the end of the world. I've had bad weekends before. I'm still kicking.
It's true. Very true.
I worked all day on Saturday, and then I played a poor round of disc golf on Sunday, and watched my team rip my heart out. And that was my weekend. Pretty forgetful. I had a better Monday at work than I did 2 days on my weekend.
Hey, what though? That Cole Kmet, I like him.
Because he's white.
Well, that's not the reason why I like
No,
him.
it's all right. We know what you're saying. We get it.
Yeah, white is right.
Yeah, Mike Mock Bosa over here.
Machine Washable doesn't have a color setting, apparently.
So I got shot trivia for you guys. I have one for each of you.
Oh, nice. You should do Massey's first.
Yeah. Hey, Massey, could you hear me? If you don't answer,
You're what? You didn't finish the joke.
I didn't really have anything lined up. It was just kind of like, ha ha ha.
Per usual.
Real nice, everyone. All right.
All right, Kyle, you go first.
All right, Kyle, you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
I wrote all this is going to be for everything Price is Right rules. All right, Kyle, how many Philadelphia Phillies have worn the number 0?
3.
Kyle, on the money. Can you name me one?
Nope.
All right. Well, did you actually know that? Or was it a lucky guess?
I know it wasn't a lot.
But you just guessed?
I've never seen it, so.
Wow, so fuck me then. Take my first shot here. Okay. Mock.
Yeah.
It's my understanding you are a fan of the band Shinedown.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big fan.
In their catalog of music, how many singles have they released? If he just gets
18.
us on the money again. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
18.
I'm sorry. You were under, but the correct answer was 31.
Wow. That's a weak pass interference call, I think.
He ran into him.
It was an underthrown ball.
Massey, are you back?
That's all right. Didn't hurt.
Someone want to take Massey's question?
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's not like a really remarkable question.
I mean, you can just do my question and hope it buys enough time.
Well, I thought you wanted to go last. That's why.
But you could just do mine and hope that Massey comes back in time to do his.
All right.
So go ahead.
Okay. All right. Hold on. All right, Paul. How many playable characters are there in Mortal Kombat 11?
Are you counting like the cameo players?
I don't have that information. It's pretty generic how it's worded.
There's a lot in 11, like 35.
So the answer is 37, but I give you a lot of credit. That's
There was a lot more. There was a lot. I was thinking of how many. I was just thinking how many rows there were.
pretty much on the money, though.
Nice. All right, now
Yeah.
Kyle can do Massey's.
All right. In our Discord channel, where the Puka Nakua, thread or whatever you want to call it, Kyle Massey, at his time at BYU, how many yards did he amass in the 2021 season?
2021?
Yep.
1127.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. He had 805 yards.
No, I was right.
Yeah. So Massey, you lose, thanks to Souls.
All right, Kendall,
All right.
you get a plus minus of. Give you a plus minus of 15 feet. How far was the wall in deep right center for Shea Stadium?
Oh man.
Jesus Christ.
Kyle, do you know?
No, it was just 4 straight flags in this game.
No. All right. 385.
396.
Come on, Kendall. You've seen so many Chipper Jones home runs.
I was trying to. I could picture what it looks like, but I just not.
A wall?
Well, just the way it looked. You can see like the numbers in each like spot. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Listen. Regardless, I didn't get the
I
correct
said
answer.
yes.
I know. All right.
I said yes. Kyle's going to do all the shots for me. Kyle, there's a bottle of Jameson Orange.
Whoa.
Just happened.
What?
Kendall, did you just put up Windows?
Oh no, it's just the computer telling me this feedback hub is available. Thanks.
It was loud.
Caught me by surprise. All right, and real quick, I actually have a Riddler ranking for you to do, Paul, at your convenience.
Okay. I'm ready.
Kind of sticking in the thread of Mortal Kombat. I want you to rank me. I don't know. You normally do 5, but I guess you choose the number. Whatever number you want, but for non-playable characters in the full series.
Like you could never have played as them. Like they could have never been playable.
Never been playable. Now I don't know gameplay well enough.
Okay. But, I got to think on it.
But in the interim, while he's thinking of stuff, I actually have some questions for you guys. And football season, blah blah blah. If we could take turns, all opinion based. No, nothing major here. But just some stuff that's gone on through week 4. First question, Kyle, you want to lead us off?
Sure.
All right. Like that spirit. Kyle, we kind of talked about this a little briefly off air. Joe Burrow or Bengals as a whole to blame for their slow start?
I mean, it's Joe Burrow. You could tell that he can't fucking move his calf anywhere. And plus their offensive line is terrible. I think they need to fucking just shut down Burrow until he's fully healthy. Just eat the season. Because right now you're just waiting to hurt the dude more. And he's not giving you any production.
Yeah, I think I saw a stat that he's thrown 2 touchdowns through the 4. I don't know if it's even accurate through the first 4 weeks. And they've put up like a 3-point spot 2 out of those 4 games.
Yeah, they look terrible. The offense can't move the football. They lost 27-3 to Tennessee, who can't score. I don't know. I just don't think Burrow should be playing right now.
So,
and I get why they're doing it.
But your feelings that he's more like the sole reason than anything else.
He's the biggest reason right now. Yes.
You gentlemen care to weigh in?
I agree. I mean, I think he's got to get sat down for a minute. Let him heal. It may not be the whole season. When's their bye week? Does anyone know offhand?
I'll give you 1 second.
Yeah, off the top of my head, I don't know.
But it doesn't totally matter. But if they have one of the earlier bye weeks, put them on IR for the few weeks, rest them through the bye, and then see where you're at. I don't know. To me, that division isn't locked up by anybody, so it's not like you're just caving. You're not just folding. You'll still have a chance. You just
7.
gave this guy what's that?
Week 7.
I just put him on IR then. Because IR, you got to go out for 4 weeks. This is week 4 now, so he's out through the bye, or you may not have to put him on IR. I mean, then you just eat the roster spot, but sit him through the bye, and hope you go 2-2, whatever.
We're talking about
and see what happens.
Or pick up,
I'm sorry?
We're talking about Burrow.
So, Massey, I posed the question, Burrow or kind of like the Bengals as a whole for their slow start. And both Mock and Kyle both kind of agreed that it's really on Burrow's shoulders.
Yeah. Also, Kendall,
Yes.
Fuck you.
What?
I wasn't even here for the question. You're gonna mark me 0-3.
Well, listen. Actually,
I'll answer it wrong for you.
But I will give you the question as a redeeming. If you get it right, I'll give you. I'll just take another loss if you get it right. All right. Mass.
Yep.
Puka. His time in BYU. 2021 season. How many yards did he amass?
Fuck. What's my window?
So I didn't really provide one. I just did.
No one was given a window.
But here,
So you had to get it on the dot?
well, it just Price is Right rules. And Kyle, would you remember what your guess was?
So
I
Massey,
remember.
as long as you guess under, you're fine.
1 yard.
Bingo.
He's not wrong, you know.
I mean, technically. I think he only had like 700 or 800 yards.
Just took him just long enough to look it up.
Rangers and Blue Jays Twins.
I'm gonna say 800. I'll aim for the high one.
Massey, you are correct. 805.
And Mock, I didn't have to look it up. I remember watching his hype tape during the draft.
Hey, Google, Pornhub?
Oh shit! Google, don't listen to him.
Yeah, right. Alexa, play porn.
Sorry. I do not know what you mean.
Already on.
What was the old meme? Alexa, play Despacito, I think.
Yeah.
Did Jones just fumble?
I don't know. I'm behind.
I looked down and I looked up and it wasn't cool. But yes. It looks that way.
God damn it.
All right, Mass,
His
I'm
fault?
going to pose this next question to you as you're going to lead it off. Which teams are more similar, like comparatively and competitively? The Dolphins and Bills or the Jets and Pats? And some talking would be nice. Anyone?
You know, this is tough because at first I want to say the Bills and Dolphins because obviously they both have very good high scoring offenses. But the Dolphins don't have a great defense. And then you look at the Patriots and the Jets.
They're polar opposites.
Well, no, they both have weak offenses and very good defenses.
I meant polar opposites from Bills and Dolphins.
Oh, yes.
Bills'
I think-
defense is
I
about
think-
to suck.
Because White went out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might have to say the Jets and the Patriots right now are the more similar team just because I think Buffalo is a more complete team than the Dolphins is, while I think that the Dolphins have more firepower. Yeah, I think that's where I land on that.
Anybody else want to weigh in on kind of their thoughts?
Can you repeat the question? I was watching the Seahawks score.
So between the Dolphins and the Bills and versus the Jets and the Pats, which duo is more similar, like, you know, by comparison and like competitively speaking? Like what do you think is like the closer, like these teams are more identical than the other two?
I would say the Bills Dolphins.
Would you care to elaborate on that?
I mean, really, I think both teams are good on like pretty much all sides of the ball. I mean, I think the Dolphins have a pretty good, decent defense. Their offense is obviously explosive. Same with the Bills. The Bills are a little streakier, maybe, but I think both teams are pretty even. I mean, they're built almost the same.
It's so interesting, and this is not new. This type of stuff happens all the time because it's football and there's 4 teams in division. But to this point of week 4, each team has like knocked off each other, and so it's kind of like a circle, like the Patriots beat the Jets, Jets beat the Bills beat the Dolphins, and it's just funny how early in the year that it's kind of already in that like cylindrical motion.
Mm-hmm. It's just, yeah.
Man, not feeling a lot of love on these questions. All right.
I mean, I give you my in-depth answer.
All right. This can go to anyone who wants to answer it. Are rookie quarterbacks this year better than anticipated, or have they just played easy opponents?
There's just only one good quarterback so far.
Well, I posed the question because to some degree, I feel like all starting rookies are playing pretty well. And
Have you watched the Panthers play?
Well, this is not. There's other quarterbacks other besides the Panthers.
No, there's not. Not a single one.
I mean, Stroud, I think, has been pretty decent. He's putting up consistent numbers. Richardson's been good. He got hurt, or he had the concussion, but I mean, I think they're looking pretty good. I mean, especially compared, like, even if you go back a few years, like the Mayfield class was supposed to be one of the best quarterback classes we've seen, and is he the last one standing really as a starter?
I believe so. Yes.
I mean, it was him, Darnold, Rosen. Oh no, Josh Allen was that year.
Was Allen that year? Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Josh Allen was. Yeah, Josh Allen was that year.
So I think so far these, at least for Stroud and Richardson, I think they're playing pretty well.
That was also a Josh Rosen year.
Yeah, Rosen. I mean, he was garbage.
Oh, Lamar Jackson too.
Was he? Oh yeah, he was in the second round.
He was the last pick of the first round.
Or last pick of the first round.
Yep.
So I think they're kind of coming into their own. They're playing pretty well.
Well, I mean, I posed the question because I think as a group going into the year, I had aspirations. Texans I thought were gonna be terrible. I thought the Colts were gonna be terrible, and I think the success they've had has been a big part quarterback play.
Yeah,
Bark, bark.
What'd you say?
Bark, bark.
It's just a dumb thing.
Yeah, I would say that the quarterbacks definitely elevated them because, I mean, Richardson played lights out in the second half yesterday. Once they actually were able to scheme up decent offense against our defense. And he looked really good against the Jaguars. That game he played against them. That's the game he got knocked out of, right? Week 1?
Yeah. Week 2, I think he did.
Week 2.
Because he didn't play against the Ravens.
That's right. Okay. I mean, obviously Stroud is currently the favorite to win Rookie of the Year because he has been very good on a Texans team that was supposed to be very not so good. Yeah, I mean, I'd say they're playing above par right now.
So,
obviously, there's a reason why the Panthers were picking number 1 is because they traded up to Chicago, but where did Chicago end up trading from? 9?
For which pick?
When you traded for the Panthers, was it from the number 9 pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, we traded 1 for 9, yeah.
I mean, Panthers were always going to be in a very rough spot this year. Their line is not good.
Their defense is so good, though.
Their defense is very, very good. But the offensive side of the ball is just not there yet. And, there's only so much that especially rookie quarterback can do when he doesn't really have anything out there going for him. So
they look good with Dalton, though.
Yes. But
Yeah, I'm not
Dalton
saying
also
Dalton
has 15 years of experience to be able to work through behind a makeshift line like that.
No, I know. I'm just saying. He looked good.
But is it?
Desmond Ritter sucks.
Yeah. Desmond Ritter's pretty that good.
But does anyone have the contrarian opinion that these guys have they've played nobody teams, or is everyone just kind of in agreement that they're just playing well because they're playing well?
The Texans have played good teams.
Texans have played good teams.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Colts have played decent teams. I don't know who the Panthers have played. I'll be completely honest. I haven't paid attention to them.
Cool. They're 0-4, so.
Well, exactly.
They're 0-4 in the best offensive week. Their rookie quarterback didn't play.
So, yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Josh Dobbs looks good. He's a rookie.
All right. Assuming the 49ers are the best team in the NFC. This is just
fuck you.
Hold on, this is just for argument's sake. Assuming that the 49ers are the best team in the NFC, who do you think is second best?
Philly. As of right now.
the Rams.
I don't think that's true yet.
Kyle, what are your reasons for Philadelphia?
Well, they still have a high-powered offense. Their defense is still very good. I mean, DeAndre Swift is playing like the guy he was supposed to play in Detroit. Even though they're not clicking 100% offensively yet, they're still putting up points and winning games.
It's a great way to stay in shape.
Oh, man.
I had that cadence.
Almost spit out the scotch there.
But, yeah, as of right now, I think it has to be the Eagles.
Anybody else?
No, because I want to entertain this.
I mean, I can't. I mean, it's got to. I mean, I can't really think of any argument to make other than Philadelphia. I think Detroit is like able to get to that spot, but I don't think they're there yet.
I think we'll find out this week because they play one another.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
So I guess we're kind of a follow-up, and you guys can disagree with this statement or whatever. Let's pretend that Dallas didn't lose, or Dallas losing to Arizona, is that hurts their case, or is there other reasons why that they're not considered?
Dallas's offense is too
shaky.
Yeah, too shaky to be called one of the best.
Their defense is fucking real, though.
Yeah, they're good defense. But we saw what Dak did against the Cardinals. Throwing in the triple coverage in the red zone, going 1 for 5.
Now,
I think Dak is the reason why they're not the number 2 team in the NFC.
Now, we can't live hypothetically, obviously, but if Dallas had won, even if it was by a little bit, that you'd still hold that opinion if they were undefeated to this point, like Philadelphia is?
Yeah, I would still give the nods to Philadelphia.
Okay.
I think both of them suck.
Who has Dallas played so far?
Arizona,
Giants, New England, Arizona.
New England.
Oh, and the Jets.
The Jets.
Yes.
Okay.
The Jets.
So their defense hasn't played a fairly good offense yet. We'll see what happens this week, how good they are.
Well, that's I think the big hype for this coming week because it's San Francisco. That's the real test or whatever you want to call it.
And I hate fucking rooting for the Cowboys.
But so other than perhaps those two, I think you guys are saying Philadelphia. Is there anyone else, perhaps even in the conversation, or I think it's just other teams are just so far behind that?
Well, Detroit can be in there. I just think Detroit needs to beat Philadelphia in order to be the number 1-2 team. And I think they have to beat them convincingly. I think they need to beat them convincingly. I don't think it could be a one-score game.
I'll disagree with that.
That's fair.
I think as long as they beat them, it doesn't matter. As long as it's not like they lose Jalen Hurts in the first quarter or something like that.
Or
as long as they win.
Right. So let me rechange it. If they lose convincingly, I don't think they're top. I mean, they're probably top 5. But...
It's a much different discussion.
Yeah. I'm an idiot. We all know that.
You're not an idiot, Kyle. You're just excited.
You're a cute guy.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
I have a question for Paul if he wants to lead it off.
He doesn't
Go
like
ahead.
you, okay?
Well, I hope that's not true. What's better for the NFL? More or less of this things like this Taylor Swift experience, in your opinion?
I mean, I don't really think it makes a difference. I mean, I know that's not really one of the options.
No,
I mean,
that's fine.
I don't know. It's like I mean, so I don't know if there's any truth to this. I saw something that supposedly like the NFL posted on like their Twitter or like their Instagram bio. They posted that like in their bio, like Chiefs are 2-0 since Taylor Swift or something like that. I mean, like shit like that's unnecessary in my opinion. It's just not. It's not a necessity to the game. But I mean, from the NFL standpoint, I guess you would love it, right? I mean, you're increasing your viewership. I mean, how many girls are watching NFL games? You know, even if it's just the Jets-Chiefs game, but you know, it's another set of eyes just to see Taylor Swift on the TV.
No shit. I kid you guys not. There were a bunch of people at that game yesterday that brought binoculars to try to see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Did you see her, Kyle?
I did not bring binoculars.
That's not what I asked.
But I did. She was with Ryan Reynolds, so I was trying to see him instead.
Oh yeah.
Be like, get out of the way.
Now that guy's a handsome devil.
Well, it's so bizarre because I guess it speaks to like how big of a star Taylor Swift is right now. But think about it, there's celebrities at football games all the time. You know, they show, you know, at SoFi Stadium, they'll do like the pan around and all the, you know, people living out in LA that they get the nod on TV all the time. But because her and Kelsey are, I don't know, whatever they are, it's like I don't know. It's just, it's like the biggest thing that's happened. So like, they make it seem like the biggest thing that's happened to sports and entertainment in one. I don't know. Maybe
it's kind of bullshit. Because Ray Romano was there and nobody gave a shit.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
You love Ray.
Give us your best role.
Whether or not I love Ray, it doesn't matter. I don't know. It's just a talking point. You know, it is what it is. Like, Kelsey had like the dating TV show. Like he's a NFL player that's in the public eye that way anyway. And Taylor Swift's probably the like biggest celebrity in the world right now.
No doubt. And
so, you know what I mean? So it's just two big names just coming together.
I mean, I have, you know, no real opinion. I mean, last week I said I hated it, and I kind of do, but like it's not keeping me up at night. I'm just amazed. Like you watch the game the past 2 weeks, and it's just like the TV crews, they just feed into it so much. It's like every chance they possibly can, they're showing up to the booth. And I don't know. I just figured more people would be irritated about it, but maybe not.
I mean, it's annoying. I mean, you asked from the NFL standpoint. From a fan standpoint, it's annoying. Like, I don't give a shit about Taylor Swift being at the game. I mean, fucking, just another fucking average-looking white woman. Shit.
I mean, that is true. And maybe I posed a question that, like for the NFL, yeah, of course the NFL is going to want it because it's, money. But I guess I sort of meant to ask the question, like, from a more personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's annoying. It's annoying to hear about it. It's annoying to listen to fucking, the fucking announcers try to make jokes about it.
Yeah, like that intro to Sunday Night Football was like unbearable. Was it Carson Daly like doing stuff? And it's just NBC flexing their, hey, we have all these shows and we just network better than the others. But I don't know. I know.
Yeah.
It's just going to run its course. I mean, it is what it is. There's so much nonsense. Like there was something that came out the other day, like Kelsey's like ex-girlfriend coming out. Like I think she was from when he had the TV show, and then now, she's now being interviewed on like fucking 60 Minutes. Like who cares? Like there's things that don't matter in it, but I mean it's just two people fucking date like. All right. Like the first week I got, all right, she's at the fucking stadium. All right, there she is. Who cares?
It's annoying to the point where like the announcers of the game should not be fucking saying it all the time. You're there to talk about the game. Who gives a fuck if she's there?
I mean, even if they're like, oh, she's here. I mean, because again, like they did it when whoever Romo was dating. They did it when Brady was with. Just like
but like
it's part of the deal.
But then they stop doing it. What? Like it's every 30
yes
seconds.
And no. But that's what I'm saying. I think that side of it will go away. But like when Romo was dating like Jessica Simpson, they would always show her in the crowd and talk about it. It is what it is. They're celebrities. It's always an endorsement. It's just this may be one of the only time other than, maybe Brady and Giselle where the biggest celebrity like in the world is fucking there. It wouldn't make sense for them to not talk about it.
You just need Aaron Rodgers to start dating Justin Bieber. It'll all go away.
That's the move.
I mean, he's another. He always had whoever he was dating. It's always going to be a talking point. It's just the fact that she's just the biggest celebrity in the world right now. So there's way more eyes on her than Matt Stafford's wife.
Matt Stafford's wife's hot, though.
It's not part of the conversation.
Yeah, I know, but I was just saying it out loud.
I just feel bad that no one came to his defense. We just let him sit there with his words. I mean, that's about kind of the chunk of questions I had for you guys, man. I don't know if you guys had other stuff you wanted to talk about.
I have a quick non-sports thing I want to say.
Yes.
I think the Game of Life is the worst fucking board game ever.
All right.
Is it because they make you drive a car? That was funny and you know it. That was funny and you know it.
Kyle, do you go to college or go right to work?
Whatever. Probably work, because in that game you need money.
Don't want to start with that debt right out of the gate?
Yeah. Because my luck, I'll end up with like 3 kids in the first 3 rolls of the game. Which I don't even know if that's possible.
Well, that car could fit like 9 people. I mean, they didn't. They didn't want you to worry about that.
Could only fit 6.
Yeah, I embellished it a little bit, but I like the game of life.
Stupid.
Tell you what I can't do, and this should be no surprise to you guys at all, because you see me do anything. I can't spin that dial effectively. Trying to think it was flying out of the little case it's in.
That tracks.
I mean, you don't even have to like see me play to know exactly. You would know exactly how it looks.
Monopoly is the best board game.
Good
You
game.
gotta just dedicate the time to it.
That's Monopoly.
Yeah.
Whenever
Yeah,
you
but, like if you're like, hey, you want to play Monopoly? You know you're spending a couple hours there.
Like, hey, you're gonna be here this long.
and whenever you bring up the game Monopoly, it just breeds the conversation. Oh, but I'm the best at Monopoly, and then someone else says, "No, I'm the best," and then no one ever proves it.
Paul's pretty good at it.
Yeah.
I go through stretches of being good at it.
Kyle's really good at Yahtzee.
I'm good at Yahtzee.
I have it documented that
Especially
Kyle's
when-
cheated.
I have cheated against you, Kendall.
Yeah.
Don't go upstairs looking for a Powerade when I'm down there with dice.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to be a host.
You want to be a host. You got it for yourself.
Well, sorry, I got 2 Powerades that you took 1 sip out of.
You're right. And I left it in that terrible red couch.
It's still there.
It's the worst couch ever.
Did Kenneth
Not a
Walker
great
get
couch.
hurt?
No, they keep going like 1st and 20, so they have to throw the fucking football.
Yeah, guys, sorry you have to watch this game.
I'm not watching it. I just looked on ESPN Statcast and saw that he only ran 2 times in 25 minutes.
It's just been a fucking flag fest.
You know,
Nice.
Massey is the board game hipster. He's been awfully quiet.
I am, in fact, the board game hipster.
He didn't have anything to say about the game of life or Monopoly.
No, not particularly.
Too mainstream.
A little bit.
Game of Clue's fun.
I like Clue.
Movie's better.
Not as good as the movie.
I Kendall, I said that, but you said it over me.
Sorry, I actually didn't hear you. I apologize.
Kendall steal a joke? No way, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the best at Monopoly.
So I bought a video game to play in the hospital for when Marissa goes into labor,
Mhm.
and I'm already almost done with it. And she did not like when I was like, "Well, you just need to buy another one." She didn't care for that. I thought it was funny.
What game?
Metroid Prime. Game is sick.
Hmm.
It was originally on the GameCube.
Was
And
it
they,
Metroid?
sorry?
Wasn't Metroid originally on like the Super Nintendo?
Oh yeah,
Metroid,
but the Prime Metroid Prime was originally on the GameCube. Like it was just a different one in the series. But I remember having it on GameCube, and I don't think I ever finished it. And like one day I was just kind of thinking about it, and then I saw that they re-released it on the Switch. So like, yeah, well that's gonna get bought. And I was like, yeah, I'll play it in the hospital while I'm waiting. And it's probably not gonna make it there.
Yeah.
And the game is done.
You could restart it.
Nah.
You should try to return it because you say you didn't like it and see if you get a full refund.
There you go.
Dude, you can return anything to Amazon.
I was thinking more like returning a beer at a bar, but
No, it has to be half a beer.
yeah. So you have to tell me I played halfway through. Said it was kind of warm.
Oh, great play, New York. Great play.
Ugh.
1st and 10, 8-yard loss. Let's go.
Hey man, you got to suffer before greatness.
I laugh because there's a guy I work with. He's like, "How do you you sit and watch the Giants games?" I was like, "I gotta sit and suffer every week. It's penance. Gotta do it."
Steelers offense does the same thing, Mark.
Yeah, but what does that guy root for?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far. 'Cause at that point, I'm like, "Get away from me." I know I'm wasting the time. Like, I know. Think I don't have the same conversation at home with my wife? I don't need it from you too, bud.
Yes, you do.
Cosby.
Kyle, have they said what happened to Pickett yet?
Bum bruise.
That's it.
So, yeah, they said he's going to miss next week. And I think they're only doing that because they have a bye the week after.
Yeah, makes sense.
So Mitch versus the Ravens.
What's more important is that the Rams are going to now show you that you can win a Super Bowl with good draft picks. Because they're going to be really good in like a year.
I'm in.
Huh?
I'm in.
I think they are. I think that they're putting something together pretty good.
Yeah, that Puka kid's pretty good.
He's all right.
I bet the
Just like
luxury of facing him this week.
The whole team's good. And then
Ended up
they're going to
drafting him.
sign. They're going to sign Justin Fields, and he'll play backup to Stafford for a year or two, and then he'll come in and light it up.
My dream is to get Zach Wilson as a backup. I really think they could actually turn him good.
You're going to do the reverse Jared Goff?
Yeah.
Massey, I didn't realize you were such a Zach Wilson sympathizer.
Well, Kendall, if you ever paid attention to anything he ever said.
Well, I mean,
I like him and I like Mayfield.
He looks like he's banging MILFs.
Well,
Wilson did play very well yesterday.
He has the potential to be so good.
He made one mistake.
So I didn't watch the whole game, but I put it on as I was kind of laying in bed, and I saw like the score and I was like, oh, Wilson must be playing pretty good. And then as the announcers are said, they're like, oh, he's playing a great game. Is like when the fumble happened, I was like, ooh.
Gotta love it.
Last interference.
And it's too bad because it was literally he just turned his head, a fraction of a second too soon.
The fucking Chiefs had the ball for like 7 minutes on the 50-yard line. They made it 30 yards. I agree.
I mean, is anything like? Is it not like bad that like that call wasn't called? I mean, like there's always calls that like holding calls and stuff that are missed every game, but like I mean that one was like pretty bad, like really bad.
Like waited till the interception was complete to put the flag back.
No, I'm talking about the one where Patrick Mahomes rushed for 23 yards to pick up.
Oh
first
yeah,
down.
where he stood there for like.
I mean, he's literally
minutes.
I don't know which offensive lineman it is, but him and the Jets defender are literally the only two guys in the frame, and he's just ripping his jersey down, like shoving him to the ground, holding him. I mean, textbook holding him for about 7 seconds. And then Mahomes just rips off a 23-yard run to basically get the victory, and it's like that one seemed a little egregious to miss.
Refs do go to Chiefs' way a lot.
and very seldom do you ever like hear on that Monday morning, like, oh, hey guys, sorry, we missed that call. It's like,
I think, honestly, I think with the way the NFL has been the past 4 years and how it's just getting worse and worse every single week, I think the NFL should be forced to publicize like a list of all the missed calls, like all the wrong calls that should have gone the other way. Because here's the thing, it doesn't matter because it's not going to change the outcomes of games. But like
they should be forced to take in Angel Hernandez.
That's just it. It's like we as fans, is the MLB going to get rid of Angel Hernandez? No, but we as fans know what to expect from him. We expect if your team is playing and Angel Hernandez is behind the plate, you know that it's going to be a rough fucking day.
Yeah, same with him at third base. Did you guys see that?
Yep.
Fucking,
Hey man,
that was
Harper's a
terrible,
hothead.
Fuck that, dude. You'd be pissed too. Like, he wasn't even close to swinging. Then the kid got a helmet.
Harper's
And
a
he signed it
hothead.
for him. Fuck it. That's right. I'm with Bryce Harper, Dick Ryder.
Yeah, we know.
I've enjoyed that.
Yeah, fuck.
Every team in both the AL and NL East is in the playoffs except the Mets and Yankees. That's been pretty cool.
Well, the Red Sox aren't in.
But
Neither are the Nationals.
But don't worry, the other three, all there.
I did see a thing. I forget what year it said, but they were saying that this is the first year in, I don't know, however long that there's no Yankees, Red Sox, or Cardinals in the playoffs.
Oh, I saw that. I don't remember the year.
And the Yankees kept Boone.
Looks that way now, doesn't it?
It is that way. They already came out and said it.
Did they? I know they said like it looks good. He's going to be back. It's just like
They said he's not being fired.
that's great.
The Cardinals need to fire their coach too.
Yeah, but
Fuck that guy.
what's more important is, can anybody name the 7 ways to reach first base in the MLB?
All right, ready
Single.
to overthink this?
Is Drew Lock in the game?
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
Gino
you guys-
Hernandez.
someone's got to kind of take the reins. You can't have everybody shouting stuff out.
Kyle, go
Yeah,
ahead.
all right. Single. Walk.
All right, we'll count that as a hit.
Okay, that's fine.
So a
Hit, walk,
walk.
strike,
Hit by
3
pitch.
drop.
We said one person was doing this. There's too many people talking.
So hit by pitch,
Okay, so hit, walk, hit by pitch.
strike 3 dropped.
Yep.
Catcher interference.
Yep.
I have
Give
a
me a
question.
second. Yeah.
Is the walk and the intentional walk considered the same?
Yeah, they're both a walk.
Kyle.
All right.
It gets statted up as the same thing.
Yeah,
Kyle.
that's fine.
Yes, sir.
Walk.
What was that?
Walk.
You can't get to first on a balk.
Not.
Nope.
No.
You can
The
be
runners
advanced
just
on the
move up.
base path, but you can't be given first on a balk.
What about pitch timer thing? I'm just kidding. Such
So
5.
there are technically 23 ways you can get to first,
Oh my
but
god!
like there are 7 major ways that you would see in a game. Like,
What
'cause,
about
like you can technically get to
throwing
first
error?
on like fan interference. Like, but that's just
Okay.
like not a common enough thing.
What about throwing error? Is that one of them?
Error is one of them.
Okay, so that's 6.
Fun.
That would be a hit.
Yeah. One more.
Fielder's choice.
There you go, bingo.
Attaboy, Mark.
Kendall,
Did you think we were going to get...
Kendall, you get all the points.
Thank you. I tell you, once you mentioned the fan interference, that's all I've been thinking about. Imagine that, seeing that.
I don't even know like what would have to happen for it to qualify.
What if you just gave him a hug? Did you go to first base?
I don't know.
Because I would root for that every time I'm up to bat. Come hug me.
Somebody go hug them.
I don't want to strike out again.
Like, nope. He hugged me.
If that was a thing, but fans would just line up to fucking jump the fence.
Imagine the longest game of all time.
And we got another one.
It's 40,000 to nothing.
Section 400 is now empty.
And the holding cells are booked.
All right, that's all I got for my question. I just wanted to see how fast you guys could do it.
So what do you guys think about the playoffs? Who's your front runners? Who do you think makes it to the World Series?
Oh, it's funny you said that. I saw a cool stat about the MLB playoffs. The Miami Marlins are the first team in MLB history to make the playoffs, finishing last in runs scored in their league.
They can pitch the shit out of it.
Yeah,
You
but
see
they
the
scored
thing where like they were really pissed at the Mets.
Hey, did you see the thing where the Mets spent $1 bajillion and sucked for the whole year? Because I did, and then they got rid of their manager, who I really liked, and then any player I also really liked in the past 20 years goes and has success on other teams.
Imagine if David Wright was never a Met. He probably would have been a Hall of Famer.
He'd probably be the best Brave of all
Did
time.
Geno Smith get hurt?
That's right. I see Drew Lock in. I don't know what happened.
Gino hurt his ankle. But I think he's going to come back in eventually. Nope,
Cool.
he's being targeted.
Classic Kyle outside information.
He's gonna be all right. Up, hey, there's a cart.
All right, just need Geno Smith to put up 20 points now and keep Kenneth Walker and Geno to stay out of the game. What was I gonna say? Oh, who's my front runner?
What's your prediction for the World Series?
Oh, my prediction.
For you, Paul, Brandon Woodruff might not pitch this postseason.
Doesn't mean anything. He'll still
I
win.
know.
He's still better than everybody. My prediction is. What's my prediction? My prediction for the World Series is.
Oh, we lost it, Paul.
Braves over Houston in 6.
That would be a bummer.
Well, Kyle, that's basically what I was going to predict. I have Braves sweeping Houston because that's just how my year is going.
So you really hate the Braves.
I hate the Braves in a passion that only Kyle could understand. And his, he's not been burned as much as I have. He has been burned, don't get me wrong. But not to the same ferocity that I have.
Same chagrin.
Did he not step out of bounds?
The biggest
I
thing
don't think so.
for me this year, and it's total bitterness, is I just don't want Scherzer to get a ring because that guy sucked and then had the most things to say after he got traded. Verlander was more graceful. Scherzer was an ass.
I'm gonna go with Philly.
Boo.
You can't pick your own team.
All right, that's fair. Then I'll go with Toronto, Milwaukee.
Anytime you pick the Phillies, Kyle, you have to eat a New York cheesesteak.
I think the teams that have the bye struggle.
Yeah, but I think Houston's still going to be fine.
That's fair.
I think the Braves will be fine. I think the Dodgers are the type of team that would struggle.
Yeah.
I think they're the type of. I think the Dodgers are. I think the Orioles could be just because they're young. Tampa Bay knows what it takes to win in the playoffs. The Texas Rangers have some veteran leadership.
Would hypothetically the Braves and Dodgers meet in the NLCS or would they meet in the DS if they both advanced?
No, they could only meet in the NLCS. They both have the byes.
Oh, the Dodgers have the bye.
Braves.
Yeah, the Dodgers and the Braves both have the bye. The Dodgers will play the winner of the Diamondbacks Brewers series.
Okay.
And then the Braves will play the Marlins Phillies winner.
I got that stupid NFL one bye thing stuck on my head. That's why.
Or you mean the way it was in the MLB for 100 years?
That also.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the Astros are going to build up momentum. I feel like they pretty much have a cakewalk. I mean, they're significantly better than the Twins. and I think that they're better than the Blue Jays. I think they pretty much have like a kind of a cakewalk into the ALCS, and I think that Texas and Tampa Bay can slug it out. I think that the Orioles will slug it out with whoever wins that, and then you're going to get kind of like a rested Houston Astros team against a tired whatever other team.
Baltimore scares me just because their pitching's not there yet.
Yeah. And they're young. They're a young team. You know, I mean, this is, you know, hopefully for them, this is the first of many. I don't think anybody outside of being an Orioles fan, I don't think anybody that like knows baseball would really be upset with the Orioles losing in the ALDS, even, you know, with the exception of it maybe being a sweep. Like if they were swept by one of the other teams, then maybe it would be kind of considered somewhat of a disappointment. But like the fact that they won the division and host a home series in the playoffs for the first time in however many years, that's the win right there, and then you build off of it for the future.
Correct.
I mean, that's what happened with the Astros. The Astros didn't just go in and win the World Series. They were, you know, they made the playoffs, they won some games, they came back, they won some more.
I hope Baltimore doesn't fall victim to they're just happy to be there.
No, I don't think it will. I just think it's more of going to be more of an inexperienced thing. Tampa Bay's got experience; they know what they're doing.
That's an exciting series.
Yeah.
Arizona for the first time.
Hold on, Paul, one more time.
I said, on paper, you hope you got to fucking fix your connections. I'm fine. I can hear myself. On paper, you hope you get Houston and Texas because you want to see Scherzer versus Verlander in the playoffs.
Oh, man. That would just chat my ass.
And then from there, you hope you get, you know, you hope that the MLB rewrites it, and then you get Braves, Phillies in the NLCS. And then you hope that they just give a World Series ring to everybody except the Mets.
No, don't worry. That'll happen. I'd be interested for a Braves-Dodgers, you know, post-Freddie Freeman thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, I don't think there's really any, like, bad blood. It's just like, hey, go do you. We'll still be good, right? I mean, there's nothing negative, right, that I ever heard.
Well, I think
Freddie Freeman's beef isn't with the Braves.
It's with the agent.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From everything I heard, the agent never really disclosed. Like the Braves kind of reached out to the agent and kind of said like we'd like to figure out a way to keep Freeman, but we can't do it for what he's worth. And the agent kind of never made that clear to Freeman and was just kind of like, you need to get what you're worth. And then later it came out that like the Braves were willing to work with Freddie Freeman. He just wasn't going to get what he got from the Dodgers. And so Freddie Freeman kind of felt like hurt by his agent that he was never really given the opportunity to kind of explore what could have happened.
And then he fired him.
I just need next Tuesday to get here.
What's that?
What is that?
Get my heart, because I'm going to get my heart broken this Thursday, and then after this Thursday, then the 10th comes, and then it's the Connor Bedard show.
Is he going to be on the roster? He's not going to start in like the AHL?
No.
I don't know. I don't know how they do that.
He's the best prospect since Wayne Gretzky. He's playing game one.
Okay, didn't know. I'm sorry.
Well, you just wait for the Bears to put up 70 points on Thursday.
Yeah, and they'll lose at 71-70.
That was funny when you know, like a joke is just telegraphed to just blow up in your face.
It's just that, yeah. I mean, they're a pathetic organization. That's all there is to it. They're it's not even like worth my like feelings anymore because like I don't think Fields was given a fair shot this season so far. You know, I think everybody is, you know, doing the whole like, oh, he finally had a good game. It's like he hasn't had He hasn't had all bad games leading up to this one game. Like, yeah, the passing really was showcased in this game, and of course it was against a bad defense, but you would want him to go out. If he went out and struggled against the bad defense, then you know the writing's on the wall. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I know Khalil Herbert had a lot of momentum going at that point, but you're going to go for it on 4th and 1 after calling a timeout, pretending to go for it, and then you're going to just give the ball to Khalil Herbert up the middle with tight ends on both sides, basically showing we're running inside. Like, why would you take the ball out of Justin Fields' hand? Like, throw Khalil Herbert in the flat, let him run around the line of scrimmage to get a fucking pass, a bailout, and let Fields do something. It was just terrible play calling. The head coach he's got to go. But
Yeah,
the Bears just traditionally don't fire people in the middle of the season. So, I mean, he's probably just going to be here to stay. And, then it's going to be, the Bears, on paper own picks 1 and 2. And, everyone thinks they're going to go. And the funny thing is everyone's like, oh, at least, everyone I talk to, at least you're going to get Caleb Williams and Harrison Jr. It's like, Caleb Williams has already come out and said he might not come out if he doesn't like the situation. So, I mean, no offense to my own team and all of its fans, but what the fuck would make him want to come out of college to play for the Bears?
Isn't the head coach now calling defensive plays?
Yeah, he's he's taken over as defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's been bad the first 2 weeks.
Actually, the Bears defense it was playing well in the first half. Then they just made no adjustments. They just kept letting the Broncos go up and down the field in the second half.
Playing like prevent defense type shit.
Yeah, I mean they were so. I mean I was texting Kendall about it. The first half, the Bears were so scared of getting beat by Jerry because first of all, their starting number 1 corner was the 5th corner on their depth chart to start the season, and they already had one of the youngest secondaries in the NFL to start. I mean, Jalen Johnson's hurt, all these other guys are hurt, and in order to not get burned by Jerry Jeudy, they were playing single high safety 30 yards off the line of scrimmage. So basically they were playing 10 on 11 inside the box the whole first half because they were just so afraid of somebody getting over the top that they were keeping a safety back there just to play prevent. And it was like...
Is Eddie Jackson playing?
No, Eddie Jackson's hurt. Eddie Jackson's hurt. Kyler Gordon's hurt. I think Kyler Gordon got a broken hand. Jalen Johnson's got something that's keeping him out week to week at the moment. Eddie Jackson's got a foot issue, I think. I mean, Tevin Jenkins, like the offensive line's been bad. Tevin Jenkins is coming off IR this week, but I mean, I would be surprised if he plays on a short week. I can't imagine they're going to have him suiting up and starting at right guard for, against Washington on a short week.
Yeah, football, especially like coaching, is tough because like usually the firings don't occur at least not until like we'll call it there's 1 or 2 games left in a year. But I there's a part of me that almost wishes that there was more aggressive moves. Like, all right, we're 0-4, just get out. You're like. Obviously, the situation is above you, and it was a mistake to hire you. Because I don't know, like the Bears have struggled for a long time, and like you watch a game like that on Sunday, and I feel bad. I feel like we just harp on the Bears so much, but it's like you're up so big, and it's such a winnable game because the Broncos haven't played well up to this point, and you just watch it slip through your fingertips just by not being like confident and not like making good decisions. I kind of wish, Kyle and I were talking about this about like with Matt Canada for Pittsburgh, the offensive coordinator, like how many chances do you get at a professional level? I just don't know. It seems so arbitrary for like management to be like, oh, well, no, we can't because we put X amount of money in, or we got to give them this much chance. Like, at what point do we sit back and like, all right, these are professional coaches coaching professional athletes. They're not producing. They're not doing, what is expected of them. We need to cut your ties. Like, think of it just like in your regular work. Like, imagine you get hired to do a job, and imagine for 4 weeks you just suck. Your employer will fire you, because that's how real life works. I don't understand how certain things aren't translated upward. Maybe I'm speaking crazy, but I don't know.
No, I think you're right, and I think Paul. I mean, we kind of joked about it in our group text, but like, it kind of depends on what the team's looking to do, right? So say we can use the Bears as examples. That's what we're talking about. If they're already saying, you know what, this season is what it is, keep the high picks, then you can't fire the guy, because if the next guy comes in and does well, that can kind of pull that apart. But on the other side, if you want to try and flip it around, like the Chargers may be a better example, where like they have a good team or a decent team, but a terrible coach, where a new regime can kind of turn their season around and potential playoff contention and the whole thing. I think it comes down to whatever the team wants to do for that year.
Yeah.
It's and you make a decision and you go with it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you do. I don't even know what you do if you're the Bears, to be honest with you. I don't even know what you do. Because, I mean, you can't make a decision at this point because you're 4 weeks in, but and you're not going to make a decision 16 weeks in either. You're going to wait till the season's over. But what do you do if you're the Bears? What if this was a spark Like, Justin Fields isn't going to go out and throw 4 touchdowns and 300 yards every week. But what if he goes out and keeps improving as a passer, but you keep losing games, and now you have all these picks, and it's what do you do? Like, do you give up on the fucking guy? Because what are you gonna do? Bring in a third head coach for his fucking career, his coaching career, or his quarterbacking career?
Right.
No, you're not gonna bring in a head coach, and he's gonna be like, oh yeah, let me inherit this fucking baggage.
Yeah,
and it's the Mitch Trubisky turntable all over again. It's fucking Mitch Trubisky came in, he played okay. Then fucking did Nagy draft Trubisky?
Yeah.
Did he?
I actually
I'm
don't
almost
remember
certain.
I don't think so, because Trubisky was there for 4 years and Nagy wasn't there for 4 years. I think Trubisky was drafted by John Fox. I have to look it up.
But I mean,
Mass.
But we say it all the time. Like, new head coach, they want their own guy. There's very seldom, opportunities where, especially with young quarterbacks, that the new head coach comes in and because they want their new toy. They want they want the thing that, okay, this is my vision. This is the type of player I want to mold. Trubisky.
Sorry, to cut you off, but Trubisky was drafted by John Fox, played a year with him, and then
Nagy came in.
And then Nagy came in. And it was kind of the same type of deal. Was Trubisky lights out? No, he wasn't. But, Nagy's poor fucking coaching. He came in, the team played with a lot of heart and fire in the first year, and then had the unfortunate field goal problem. And who knows, they go on to win that game. Maybe they make some noise in the next game, probably lose it, but make some noise. Maybe it's a different outcome. But then it was a downward spiral for Nagy. Poor coaching led to poor quarterback play, because here's the thing. Mitchell Trubisky going out and, overthrowing receivers or making poor decisions or holding onto the ball too long. Same thing with Justin Fields. That doesn't matter what the play calling is, of course. But at the same time, poor play calling, poor general managing, not bringing in the right pieces. The Justin Fields thing. I don't care how poor this guy was playing. I don't care what they think of him or what anybody else thinks of him. Going into this season, you knew he was your guy. There was no ifs, ands, or buts. He was your QB1 coming into the season. All hype in Chicago was on Justin Fields. You had $100 million to spend, and you went out and you fucking spent it all on defense Which, yes, the defense was a major concern from last year. It was terrible, the worst in the league. But you got a mobile quarterback that you need to improve his pocket passing capabilities, and you provide him with nothing to keep him standing upright. Nothing. Nothing at all. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand like how that can even be a thing. And so it's all going to get flushed over again, and it's going to, it's going to be fucking terrible. Like what makes, like, there's no reason for me to even be fucking excited about it, because what's going to fucking, what makes me think it's going to be any different with the next quarterback they bring in? I mean, shit. The only thing the Bears did on the offensive line to help Justin Fields this offseason was trade from 1 to 9 and then 9 to 10 to draft Darnell Wright. So they got a rookie offensive lineman. There was premier offensive line talent on the free agents market in this past offseason, and they had all the money in the world to throw at these guys. And instead they went out and they tried to sign a sexy linebacker, a name, which, sure, he played great in Buffalo, but they gave him a ton of money. They could have given any one of these offensive linemen a boatload of money.
Yeah.
And, and if they all said no because they didn't want to go there, then that's fine. But they didn't even try.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
Nope, it sucks. And
but it is what it is. All right, I got my ranking. If you want to hear it,
yes,
I don't know if Matthew's interested at all.
Yeah,
Matthew, are you interested? Cool. All right, so I'm gonna give an honorable mention to Vera Briggs. The ranking was top 5 non-playable Mortal Kombat characters.
Yes.
So the honorable mention is to Vera Briggs. Now, she was only mentioned in one Mortal Kombat game, but she was a character in the comic books. And so Vera Briggs is Jackson Briggs' wife, and they go on to and later have Jackie Briggs as a daughter. So Jax and Jacqueline are both playable characters. I think it would be cool to see like a Vera Briggs type of thing, because Jax is, the military guy who has his arms ripped off and gets the mechanical arms, and then his daughter kind of plays off of that with like technologically induced arms, but is like more, special ops kind of person. So it'd be kind of cool to see like Vera Briggs be more of like, like a more intermediary between them type of thing. So number 5 is a character named Jarek. He was supposed to be playable in this Mortal Kombat game that was never released, but he's basically second in command to Kano, which is the Black Dragons, which is like a black market, like mercenary type group.
Mm-hmm.
You could never play as him. You fought him in a couple games. His character never really caught on because they basically just tried to make him a mirror image of another character, which, didn't really give him any originality. But I think there could be cool storylines worked into that, because you already have it with, there's a character named Cabal who used to be part of the Black Dragons.
My headpiece? I didn't take it.
And, ends up going from being bad to being good. So there's kind of that back and forth. So it'd be cool to see like maybe a storyline where like Jarek tries to like overtake the Black Dragon, or kind of does like a spins off to the side and makes his own group within the Black Dragon for his own accord.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4 is this character named Grum. He's a Shokan. Shokans are the multi-armed characters, so like Goro, most popular. But then there's like Shiva, the Collector, all those types of guys. So Grum is cool because he's got 6 arms instead of 4. He is he's like a sub boss in one of the comic books. I just think it'd be cool. It's the Katala or the Shokan characters are always fun. There's they're big powerhouse characters, 6 arms. It makes them a little bit more unique from the other Shokan characters. Just something that could be interesting. Number 3 is a trio of characters, which is Jataka, Kia, and Serena. They're basically assassins that serve underneath a character named Quan Chi, who's like a sorcerer of the Netherrealm. And so, basically, like, I just think it'd be cool to kind of like see them incorporated into like a more in-depth storyline and make them all playable.
Mm-hmm.
It just, yeah, I mean, that. Number 2 is Rutu. So Rutu is a character that was never really involved much. He was in a mission in one of the Mortal Kombat games, and that's basically it. He's like an all-black character that is... There's a character in the video game series called Nightwolf. He's depicted as a Native American who is able to kind of get in touch with like the ancient spirits.
Mm-hmm.
So Rutu is basically like a demonic spirit that is intertwined within Nightwolf's like spiritual power. And so it's like a good character. Like, he probably would never get his own main storyline, but he would be a good like kind of crony for like a bad guy in a game. And like, because in the game you always kind of have like a good guy with their bad guy counterpart, and they're both on the opposite sides. Like in the Black Dragons, Kano is constantly being hunted down by the U.S. military, which is Sonya Blade. You have Sub-Zero and Scorpion. You have Shang Tsung and Liu Kang. The list kind of goes on from there. Katana and Melina. So that would be kind of like a cool spin-off-y type like bad guy that could be fun to play. And then number 1 is Jared. So Jared's been in a lot of games mentioned. He's in the most recent Mortal Kombat 1 game as like an actual character in the storyline, but you can't play as him. He is there's a character in the game called Sindel. She's the lady with the long gray hair. That's her husband. They used to rule Edenia before Shao Kahn like overthrew it and killed him. And there's just been like a lot of like kind of stuff known about him. And it would be kind of like a cool thing to like bring him in to like more of a major story plot in the Outworld thing, like, because there's good guys and bad guys in Outworld, but like there's not really like a major good guy. And it would kind of be cool to have that. So there you go. Boom.
Nice. It's interesting for a game like as involved and how many like versions that has been released, that there are so many just like, hey, these are characters just made for story that they're and sometimes never even like addressed again come next game development.
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many Mortal Kombat games and spin-off games now that usually the way it works is like a final boss in a game is usually not playable, but they become playable in later games.
Mm-hmm.
The most recent one being a character named Kronika, who's the Keeper of Time. But it's just like that's kind of the cool thing about like Mortal Kombat is just that like it's kind of like I mean the way I kind of like anybody whenever I kind of like describe to them like how the storytelling is told, it's kind of like Greek mythology, but like in like a more like futuristic way.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I don't mean futuristic as an technology, but it's just like like other realms and like like kind of like this like a sci-fi Greek mythology almost. I don't know. I've always liked it.
Yeah, that was a good list. I mean, I tried kind of like when we were talking. I hope I didn't like end up creating a like something that wasn't like a good like ranking, like a good scenario. 'Cause you know what I mean? Like we were talking about, like, you know, finishing moves and whatnot, and like having to like describe. I try to think it's like out of the box a little bit, but I don't know. Hope I didn't set you up for failure.
No, yeah, I mean it's hard because it's a game that there's like a lot of people's always like it's either like one of two things. It's like, oh, who's your favorite characters, and it's like everybody does that talks about the game, and then it's like, what are your favorite fatalities, and it's like, well, fatalities are like a visual thing, like it's not really, it defeats the purpose of the gruesomeness of the game if I try to like describe it.
Yeah. Well, I figured obviously I know how much you enjoy the game. Initially I was gonna go like villain type characters, like, well, that's kind of lame, and then I get like, oh, what about like female characters, because it's actually like fairly even, right? I mean, as far as like like all time like.
Well, there's more male characters,
but it's not like totally deprived of like female characters. There's plenty.
There's good representation of female characters. There's just like the female characters, I guess, like there's more strong female characters from like the standpoint of like repeating from game to game. Like you're gonna get like there's like like you're always gonna have the handful of like male characters, but like there's like a lot of the female characters that are like game to game are very strong characters. So it's like they're the backgrounds and the stories are there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a good list.
So suck it, bitch.
And nothing from the Mass. I thought Mass would have something to say.
Mass isn't here.
Guy just left.
Is it? Oh, he's not even like in the Discord?
No, he's there. I just don't know where he is.
Was Mock still in the Discord?
Mock's here.
Mock's here. So, has anyone heard anything of Geno Smith's coming back?
Not yet.
Be really cool if he didn't, so that Kenneth Walker can put up 19 points.
He's out there.
Fuck. Mock, go for his ankles. Go for the ankles, Mock.
If I had any control, this is not how this game would be going.
I'd say I think if Mock was ever able to get his hands on being a defensive play caller in the NFL, I think
Engage 8.
I think it would take only one set of defensive plays to really realize we got another Sean Payton thing going on here. Okay,
It'd be a real situation of we're bringing the heat, and I'm giving up a lot of passing yards.
Yep.
We're rushing 8 every time. Get ready.
Hey, did you guys know that Khalil Mack had more sacks in the first quarter than the Bears have this season? Bears only have 2 sacks on the year. The pass rush has not really been existent, which was a big problem last year. So, which kind of goes back to my previous statement. They went out and signed a bunch of linebackers that are good at coverage and not getting to the quarterback. I tell you, it would have been really cool if they could get rid of that Geno Smith to DK Metcalf touchdown and just make it that Kenneth Walker 70-something yarder.
They'll fix that in stat corrections. Don't worry.
They won't. Hey, Kyle, what do you think the chances are that Jeff would notice if I delete his Yahoo account?
I have his Yahoo account on my phone.
You should just delete it. Just delete the Yahoo account. Make it look like I had a buy. It's just frustrating because it's like the 1 week I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to play not 1 week, but I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not going to play any of these Bears players. And it's like, oh, cool, Khalil Herbert puts up 25 points. And I played Jalen Waddle instead of fucking Brandon Ayuk, and that bit me in the ass. But hey, Kyle, if I went with your gut and played Daniel Jones over Justin Fields, I wouldn't even be in this game as of now. Who knows? Daniel Jones might turn it on.
I played Daniel Jones in one of my leagues.
He could still turn
Mr.
it around.
Sean Watson was out.
A lot of football to go.
I suggested Justin Fields.
You did.
Yeah, it just kind of happened.
Kyle originally said Daniel Jones. I was still really on the fence about it. So it was 12:55. I called Kendall and I just said, make a decision for me. And he said, my gut says Justin Fields. I said, okay.
Listen, I would never eat a New York Philly cheesesteak, so just remember that.
I wasn't even asked.
Well, ask him in hindsight.
I couldn't ask you. It would be biased.
I would have presented a third option. Like, all right, who's on the waiver wire? Huh?
Have you considered any of these guys?
What do we got?
I tried asking Massey, but he didn't answer my phone call.
Massey left us.
He did say in the chat that he was stepping away. I don't know if that was before he returned or...
I think that meant he was just leaving.
But he left his Discord running. But I guess that doesn't mean
Yeah,
anything.
Yeah.
I think
All right,
his
well,
Discord always runs.
Let's do our reviews. Kyle, how was your yellow vitamin order?
It was good. I got to pee now.
Just pee in the
Let's just go
thing.
right back in the bottle. Infinite vitamin water.
Yeah, right? You should get yourself a pee bucket. It's pretty sweet.
It's sterile. It's sterile, and you'll like the taste.
I have a toilet.
Yeah, I have a toilet, but I also have a pee bucket.
Pretty cool how the Seahawks are up 14-3, and then they bring back Geno Smith, and he refuses to hand off the ball.
He just got like an unsportsmanlike penalty. I didn't see what happened though.
Keep giving that back to Kenneth Walker. Mock, how was your Hofbrau?
Hofbrau, love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I'm a big fan. It's my second favorite Oktoberfest.
If we can track down a mini keg, I would still like to do GSWD Oktoberfest.
So there are some in the market, but they're just like, there were not a lot. Like, your best bet is to go to like a place like Total or BevMax, like a big box store. Your mom and pops are probably not going to have them.
Well,
I guess it's been a real pain in the ass for them to get. So,
I mean, I really screwed the pooch because I did go to Total this weekend, and I didn't even think to look. I don't know what I was doing, but because I spent a lot of time in there.
I'm a big fan of my favorite, though, is the Hacker Shore. I like the Hacker Shore Oktoberfest a lot. I just always get the Hofbrau because I like the nostalgia of the mini keg.
Did we ever have that beer you just mentioned when we did like years ago when we, like each of us bring an Oktoberfest or no?
Yeah, I would have brought Hacker Shore.
Okay.
I'm sure you've all had it. No, Kendall, how was your?
So I had the Tasty Traveler Lager from Dogfish, and I like this a lot. I kind of went and did this because I bought one of those like variety packs. And I grabbed this thing, and it was kind of be like the worst of the four, but it was really good. I don't know what Salicornia is, but the beer says it's a lager brewed with Salicornia and lime juice, 5% ABV. It kind of reminds me of like when you ever have those like margarita in a can type deals. This was good. It is very refreshing. It has like a tartness to it from the lime. I really enjoy like the salt content. This was a kind of a sneaky surprise, and I don't know if this on the box. This is one of these is a rare beer, to them. So I don't know if this is like one of those and like you can find it on its own, but I would search this out again, and especially because I drink it. I'm sorry.
It's a succulent.
Oh, that would that'll explain all the cacti on the can. But this was really good, and I drink a ton of IPAs on the show, so I don't always give the lager, the Pilsner, a fair chance. So this was a big win. We'll call it 4.8 out of 5. Would absolutely get again.
Nice. I had the Moosehead Lager, and it's just a standard lager. I don't know what it is. I really enjoy the Canadian beers, the Molsons and the Mooseheads, and The others that I've had, the more crafty style ones. Something about the water, but I just like Moose. It just drinks crisp. It's nice, crisp and clean. I like it. For average, domestic style qualities of beers, 5 out of 5 would get again.
Here, here.
Yeah. Social media. Where can they find us?
Find us on Facebook at Getting Sports with Drunk, Twitter and Instagram at GSWD_4.
Make sure to use the hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses. Whether it's, hoping for hockey season to get here faster or, spending $1 billion on players to play in the playoffs elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify.
Excellent. I don't know what's on the docket for next week yet. Kyle, if you're on, I'll let you do a 2-round Beetleborg draft.
Yeah.
He lives. And yeah, that's all we got. So until next time, I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler.
I'm Mark.
We're wavable safe.
Nope.
I'm Flabber.
And the Rat of Red Baron.
Nyeh, nyeh,
No.
nyeh, nyeh, nyeh. Yeah.